YouTube, I'm this guy. I did go to my locals. I did compete. I did bring my Alta Guys deck. I did okay. Unfortunately, there was no meta players there besides one. And, of course, he won the tournament. I didn't face him in the tournament, so I don't know how well I would have done against him. I did really, really miss Infinite Empyreans. I did sub it for Effect Wheelers. I did switch my deck around because I did see that there was no meta decks there. They were all rogue decks. So I kind of knew I was going to struggle because I built my deck just around the meta itself. I wasn't expecting that many rogue players to be there. It was a small tournament, though, 10 to 11 people there. Meta player that was there, he did take the entire tournament. He was running Spiral Nightmares. I do have a deck profile on his deck that he did supply with me. Also with the second place deck, the True King Dinos, which I thought was the very interesting deck. I have a lot to say about that deck and thoughts on it. Now I'm going to be giving you guys the second place deck profile of the True King Dinosaur deck.
And I'm here at my locals that I came to. This is the guy with the second place. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Delbert.
Delbert? Hi, Delbert. What are you running, buddy? What are you running?
True King Dinosaurs right here.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, what were your matchups, buddy?
I went against Spiral, Monarchs.
How was your Spiral matchup?
I won the first time against the Spiral guy, and he beat me the second time.
Oh, okay.
I ran against Psyframe. I don't like that deck. That was it, really.
All right. Say what you got here. What do you got? All right, starting off with
3 Babysauruses.
All right.
2 Petitieranodons. Find this shit. Petitieranodon. I run 2 Giant Rexes.
So you like that ratio 3-2?
Yeah, 3-2 is how it feels the best. You want the babies in your hand.
Okay.
I would run 3, but it's just too bricky.
2
Giant Rexes.
Oh, 2?
Yeah, 2.
How does 2 work out for you?
2 is better because if you have one in your hand, you could always evolution pill them, and then you can still always search them. So it's always good to have one of these because they're just it's just a free card. I run the 1 Aeolo for Trishula.
Okay.
I run 2 Overtex. I can't pronounce the second part, but I run 2 of these.
Oh yeah, we got you.
I run 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos.
Oh, you run 2?
2.
Does 2 don't get cloggy at all, or?
No, it doesn't.
No.
These are with the ratio of here. You're always having at least 2 dinosaurs in your graveyard. You're always sending them out.
Okay,
So it's really good.
2. Interesting.
I run the 1 Miscellaneousaurus.
Because it's limited.
It's limited. If I could run 3, I'd have 3.
Definitely.
I run 3 Souleating Oviraptors.
Alright.
So I run 3 of those because that's a necessity. I run 2 Dogorans, 1 Lightningstrike, and 1 Jizukiru. I run Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, so you have to have the other 2 in there. And I feel like these can beat stick over Dogoran, so I can have my dinosaurs in my graveyard by putting them there. So that's why I run that.
Too. Okay.
Yep. I run 3 True King Agnimizads and 2 of the water ones.
All right.
So those are really dope. These guys are the best. I run 2 Ghost Ogres.
2 Ghost Ogres.
Yep. I run the 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber.
Spells, 1 Slumber. All right.
Yeah, it's limited, so that's why I run 1.
Yeah.
I run 2 Dragonic Diagrams.
All right.
I run 3 Evolution Pills. The sooner you get this card, the better, so you want it as soon as possible. I run the 3 Terraforming for the Dragon Diagram. I run 3 Fossil Digs. It's an automatic searcher. And then I run the 1 Dark Hole because Dark Hole is better than Raigeki. I can destroy my babies, and then I can go out with stuff like that if I draw really bad.
You run a side deck?
I do not run a side deck.
This guy does not run a side deck.
My deck's perfect as is. I'm not going to change anything about it. So
would you run a side deck like in the future if you had to?
No, that's just more expensive. And if you're playing against a certain type of deck, like I know, especially you played Alter Guys, and someone came out with a deck you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
And that can always happen. So I don't see a point in running a side deck.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I run Black Rose Dragon.
All right, let's see.
Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon.
Wow, so much hate there.
I run Castell. I run 2 Silent Honor Arcs. XYZ Rebellion Dragon, just in case. I don't run any Link monsters in this deck.
Alright.
I run True King of All Calamities. I only got him out once today because he's really hard to actually get out in this deck. But once you get him out, he's
really good.
He's really hard to get over. I run the 1 Trish.
Trishula.
I actually got him out today too, and I was pretty happy about that.
Alright.
I run 2 Lagias and the 1 Dolka.
Okay.
And then I run a Fist Dweller just in case.
Alright. Alright. Any shout outs you want to do to anybody?
Shout out to my boy Garcia, even though he lost today in the first round, but it's whatever.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone else?
Nah, that's it.
Now my thoughts on this deck itself. Like I said, very interesting deck. I did find it very interesting the way he built his deck. He didn't know the meta all that well. He was a returning player from a few years ago. A few years ago, we didn't have Master Rule 4. We didn't have Links at that time, so he was brand new to these Link monsters. But he did know about the zone, so he did some research, I guess, to the game. He did misplay a lot because he did not know most of these Link monsters, so that's expected from somebody that does not know Link monsters all that well and not knowing from the game. So props to him though for doing so well for a lack of knowledge of these Link monsters that are out. He did show a lot of skill by being able to beat the Spiral Nightmare at least one match. So, that there is something to be said with this deck, being able to do that without Link monsters to his disposal. He really didn't run a side deck, so he basically just built his deck as is and went on from there. So, him getting second place in a tournament like this where there's a lot of road decks, he did face the meta matchup once in the Swiss and did really well. Props to him though. I give him a lot of praise here for doing so well against that Spiral Nightmare matchup because that is a tough matchup for any deck. He did, kind of figured out the weakness of that deck just by simply doing what he does with that deck, which is dealing a lot of battle damage, did a lot of effect damage. It was kind of funny him seeing that because, I was thinking that same thing when he was playing him. Like, this guy has a chance because all the Link monsters, they're almost forced to take the battle damage unless this guy runs a card that allows him not to take battle damage, which he did. It was just he wasn't able to get into it. Anyways, props to you, Go. Congrats on the second place. My only suggestion to you is definitely run at least 1 to 2 Link monsters. The one Link monster I definitely would run in your deck, though, is the Unknown Clock Taker. Definitely look into that card and try to incorporate that card in your extra deck. You don't need a lot to go into him. It's only 2 generic monsters. If you don't know any Link monsters whatsoever, and if you're watching this video, which I'm sure you will because I gave you my channel, definitely look into Undone Clock Taker because he would do really, really good in your deck. He would work wonders. He would help your OTK significantly because of his effect. Especially you have a Conductor underneath him. If you're going to stick with the 2 diagrams, definitely run the third diagram or run 1 Lost World. Lost World's really good in this format, especially against certain matchups like the Sky Strikers and also Tricksters, sort of. But I think you have a skill. You have the skill, and you have enough skill to know when to use Lost World and when not to use Lost World. So he's just Lost World would be just another card for you to use to your disposal if that card can get you wins and get you to your objective, which is OTK your opponent, because you are able to special summon so many dinosaurs from your deck, graveyard. You can really take advantage of filling up their field with tokens and then having your Conductor deal that much more damage to them. Those would be the only 2 cards I would recommend you looking into, would be the Lost World and also the Underclock Taker. But your main deck was pretty solid. You didn't run no Link monsters, which was kind of interesting, and for you to be able to get over that Spiral Nightmare match with no Link monsters and no really outs to him, you just basically just beat him to death. It was kind of impressive. Now on to the first place deck profile of the Spiral Nightmare deck.
Here with the first place at my locals here, and he's running. What
Spirals.
are you running? Spyros?
Budget friendly spirals for the most part, but not just necessarily budget friendly, but it's more the design philosophy for my particular build is got a lot of things going, like not wanting to net deck is one of them, and then second is I've been playing the deck long before Master Rule 4, so a lot of the design choices come from that experience.
Yeah, and I seen that was really interesting. I wanted to see it, so.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. What were your matchups today?
First round was, I believe, Monarchs.
How was that matchup?
Second was,
How was that matchup?
I think you're talking about, like, you know,
Did you fare
a
well?
semi-inconsistent deck up against another somewhat inconsistent deck.
Well, did they
whoever could be the most inconsistent kind of won, or the less inconsistent could won.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it was. But the deck is still, the March is still pretty good.
Yeah.
They just that one pantheism I think kind of killed them. Anyways, second round was can't remember. Oh, it was like a kid was playing Blue Eyes or some kind of weird Blue Eyes mashup build. He's a really young kid.
Oh, young kid, okay.
And then the third round was True King Dinos, and I lost that one.
Oh, okay.
And then in the top, it was again Monarchs and the True King Dinos. Won those.
Yeah, first place.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a very small tournament.
Yeah, it was, but you still did perform well though. So, all right, let's get started with your deck profile here. And what do you got running first?
So you have the 3 Super Agent and the 3 Tough. That's pretty
standard,
pretty straightforward.
Right? Yeah.
And then of course the the 1 Sleeper, the Quick Fix, the Drone, the Last Resort, and then the Master Plan. And that's the Spiral lineup. And then my hand traps, Veilers and Ogres, because I'm not made of money. But still, even the Veilers have good synergy with this deck in their own way, and there's a reason. And the 1 Glow Bulb.
The 1 Glow Bulb.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So, spells, the 1 Resort, the Burial Brigade, 3 Foolish Goods, and the 1 just...
Yeah, and the 1 Foolish.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the 2 Double Summon, which comes from an older design philosophy, but it's worked for me. It's the first cards I side out in game 2 and 3, but they extend pretty good still to this day. 3 Twister, because impermanence is kind of out of my price range, and back row is a problem.
Yeah, definitely is a problem, especially against certain decks.
Again, with the Veilers and Ogres, Ash and Drone Locks are kind of out of my price range, so I just got to go with what I got. A card that people really don't play anymore, it's 50-50 on this one. I find it to be extremely useful because it gets you your numbers, gets you your attack value. If you can't beat over bigger things, and also has that utility of just outing stuff.
And fully armored.
Yeah, and it's easily searched, and it's easy, and it's always usually live. Like, it's never a dead draw. Like,
so do you use that a lot? I mean,
it comes out almost every game. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And it comes in clutch, right? I've seen that.
Yeah. It's the removal that nobody sees coming, because nobody expects that Pika Spirals are going to run it, but I do, and it works.
All right.
The 2 Big Red, and then that's it for those types of spells. And then of course you got the Monster Reborn, the Soul Charge, the 1-for-1, which is be happy this is at 1.
Yeah, we all are, trust me.
The Rhoda, the Regeki, and then the 1 Mission Assault. That's all you need for that one.
All right.
For a long time I was running 2 of these, but it's kind of impractical.
Oh yeah.
No, just traps. Traps is just the 2 Rescue and the 1 Utility Wire. This is actually going in a lot of current builds.
Yeah.
Like, more so. But I've always ran 1 Utility Wire. In the old days I'd run 2, but now you have more card choices. So.
Yeah. All right, the extra deck.
2 Double Helix. That's just kind of standard. The Nightmare package. Now, Unicorn, Goblin, Phoenix, and Cerberus. Now, everybody's probably wondering, oh, why isn't there Ibly, or
That would be the number one
no
question.
Ibly, no Maiden, or no Mermaid, but I'm trying to keep the deck spiral oriented and not try to incorporate too many foreign engines, but these really synergize well with the whole spiral setup. So, it's good enough for me. At minimum, these are what you need if you're just going bare bones, but I like the Unicorn. The Unicorn's pretty nuts. One Link Currybow. There's a reason this card's $45. This card is insane. It makes your dead drawn. You can dead draw a drone or a quick fix, and it makes it live. Even if you draw even if you say you open Resort, which you shouldn't, which we don't want to, and you search quick fix and you normal your quick fix, you just go into this, and then you can shuffle back your quick fix and you still plussed. Then the World Chalice package, the Ib, and the Ningirsu. This hardly ever comes up, but I keep it in because
Situation.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't have the Boar Load, the Firewall, the Saryuja, all that, so it's kind of what I'm working with. The Trigate Wizard made this once today, and it won me the game. And it's not hard to co-link this 3 ways, especially with the Nightmares. So this is a card I think it might be I would think it'd be next to get hit if it caused too much of a problem. And then
do you think Firewall would ever get hit? Just with the OTKs being around and how good it is?
More than likely, Firewall's probably going to go,
Yeah. I agree. Right.
Decode Talker. This card actually, now you have the Nightmares, so the whole thing is, oh, do you really need Decode Talker anymore? Yeah, you do, because there are times when you can't go from, the kind of boards I build, I don't go directly into Decode Talker, so you're like, oh, do you really need it? Well, you do sometimes. And then my Xyz monsters are the Princess Sprite, which hasn't really changed from a lot of builds, and the Baguska, which are still fairly standard in most builds, but again, most people are cutting these types of cards that I've shown you for the, Saryuja, the Borla, all that. But these are still, good, even if you can squeeze these in, these are still good.
Yeah.
Because especially this actually won me the first play. This actually won me my last match.
Yeah, I see that. That came in clutch a lot. I see that. Yeah.
And this just this saves your if you don't have other revival, this saves your quick fix to be activated again and potentially pluses you. This is from the old school. This is because I used to run F-Zero way back in the day, but I don't run that anymore. But still, this is actually, surprisingly, Literalisk Assembled Nightingale. I mean, nobody would think this to go in spirals, but this can actually be another extender the same way Princess Sprite is for your quick fix, if nothing else. Or it can just sit on the field or act kind of as a cowboy effect.
Yeah.
I'm not going to really go into details. Everyone can look up what it does, but... Yeah, another unheard of card.
Yeah.
And then the one Cypher and Lord Omega, because all the level 1 tuners, and then usually this comes out because this used to come out because Gamma, but I feel like Cypher and Gamma is impractical in this deck, and I don't want to go into reasons why, but I just feel it is.
Yeah.
It just people can anticipate you're playing Gamma, and they'll always play around it once they see it. So that's why I never use Gamma. To get this out, I have the glow up bulb, and then the veilers, and then 1-for-1, and all that kind of stuff, and then the master plan. And when this card does come out, it wins games.
Yeah.
Side deck.
Side deck. Yeah. Let's see what you got in your side deck.
What I use for sides is the Dark Hole, the 3 Called by the Grave.
Oh God.
I never used this once. I sided in a couple once and never saw it.
Yeah.
But they're good. This format.
What do you use it for though? Like, what's your weakness? The hand traps or
hand
ashes?
traps, or just even if you don't hit a hand trap with these, it's like even if you don't hit a hand trap with these, you can still out a lot of, like, someone might play zombies or something that goes off in the graveyard, you can still set this in.
So I'm assuming this is better than Gamma, right? That's what I've always been saying. Called by the Grave is a better tech card than Gamma.
I think so.
Because it's more versatile. So
I think so. It's not once per turn. Yeah.
Exactly, not once per
turn.
turn.
And Gamma has Gamma has the restriction of you can't have monsters on the board.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff.
All right.
And then Drowning Mirror Force, 2 of them. This is going to 3. You'll see why.
All right.
The 3 spheres. You're either going to be C2 or 3 of these. There's no questioning.
Yeah.
No questioning this format that anyone would not be having spheres in their side deck. And if they haven't got on board with that yet, they will.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the boards Goki Simulation.
These are getting cut. This is only because I was afraid of winter cherries, but I don't. Tell you the honest truth, I shouldn't be. No, I shouldn't. And then the roll decrees. People are doing the red reboots, or they're doing wiretaps, but seeing as how I don't run a lot of traps to begin with, or you're thinking, oh well, you have the Drowning Mirror Force, but well, that's fine. I mean, I have ways to send this off the field if I need to, and I think this is better overall trap stun.
Yeah.
There are many different trap stun choices, and you got to take your pick. This format. And this is my choice.
Yeah.
Outside of Red Reboot or Wiretap or whatever people want to try to use.
Yeah.
I don't know what people's philosophy is behind Red Reboot, but you got to take your pick as far as what kind of trap, how you want to deal with traps.
Yeah.
But
it also varies on deck too.
Yeah, obviously they're not in the main deck. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Red Reboot or?
Yeah, I'm on the Red Reboot because being able to activate it, and I'm afraid of immediately match because I'm an Altergeist player myself.
Yeah.
So if you're afraid of immediately match, Red Reboot is the better choice because you can activate it from hand. It's a counter spell 3.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. Like I said, that's like the biggest discussion is the wiretap, Red Reboot. It all depends on matchup too, really.
Yeah, your trap negation because I think Altergeist is probably going to end up. Is what you play, right?
Yeah, I play Altergeist. Yes.
Yeah, Altergeist is going to end up. It essentially is meta, right?
Yeah, it's meta right now. Yeah.
All
right. Well, you got any shout-outs you want to do to anybody out there?
Yeah, the Game Zone, the owners. Ever since I've been coming here, come to the store. It's wonderful. Like the people, the players here are great. I live in Oceanside, so I just want to say that it's worth the trip coming out here and playing at this store. The owner and his son. This is a great store.
Yeah, I've been doing shout-outs to him. If you're ever in San Diego, come by down. We're in Lemon Grove.
I'm not saying that just to promote them or anything. I really like this store.
That's why. I don't like pulling and everything, but I do my box openings. I do come here and buy my boxes just to support the store because I do like it. I'm always gonna
Lemon Grove.
Yeah, Game Zone, Lemon Grove.
Right by the trolley.
Yeah, it's right by the trolley.
Yeah.
If you ever come down and visit, definitely come down here. Say hello, stop by, check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See you guys next week.
All right. Yep. See you next week.
All right. There's your deck profile. My thoughts on this deck. I don't really have much to say about it. The only thing I questioned a little, and I begged the question is, well, it doesn't really matter because he said he was going to cut the card out anyways, but you ran Pot of Acquaintances with only 2 helixes. Pot of the Queens can become dead if they banish 2 helixes and there's nothing else banished besides the helixes. That was my only question is why 2? I understand that 2 standard, because it is standard. I understand. I totally understand that. And Pot of Acquaintances is a really strong card. Especially the way your thought of using it was brilliant, and I praise you for that. And I think a lot of decks could actually benefit from that card, because of the way you were using it and the way you thought of using it, like with Winter Cherries being an out for it. Very smart, in my opinion. Definitely would recommend people looking into that card, like this guy did. But like I said, since you're cutting it, it really doesn't matter what I say, so I'm not going to put much thought into it. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about this deck. And now my overall thought of the entire tournament and the players there. The tournament was fun. It was good to have, just a little fun at a local tournament with a bunch of rogue players, seeing different decks out there. being able to, get a feel for fun casual players, because there were a lot of those there. Knowing that dinos are still out there, thank God, because I loved to see that deck. And thank you to the True King Dino player for bringing that deck. It made my day. Made my day that you were able to give me that deck profile. I do appreciate that. Same with the Spiral Nightmare. Thank you, man, for giving me that deck profile. Being able to put more content out there for my viewers. Really, really greatly appreciate it. Shout out to another guy at my locals, Magical X3000. I'm going to leave a link below in my description box to his channel. If you guys could, go ahead and click that for me. Check out his channel for me. I did make a deck profile of his Stun Monarch deck that was really interesting, but I wasn't able to because my camera was acting up and it's still not allowed. I'm still trying, but it's still not allowing me to upload his video onto my computer. So I do feel kind of bad because I promised him I was going to. But next time I do see you at my locals, I'm sure I'll probably see you this weekend. I will definitely grab that deck profile from you. Make sure it is on my camera before I leave the store. That was my mistake. I do feel bad, and I will make sure that does not happen again. I should have checked it before I left the store. I was just in a rush. Anyways, I will talk to you guys out later, and as always, like my video. If you guys like the deck profiles I am providing, I'm definitely going to start doing these some more often. Going to my locals, I'm going to try to go every weekend to get these deck profiles for you guys and put them up, give you guys my deck analysis of the deck itself. Also, leave a comment below and tell me, you guys, what you guys think of these decks. Do you agree with these guys? Do you disagree with these guys' deck card choices? If you haven't already done it, subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you guys get notified every time I upload a video. And I will talk to you guys all later, and you guys all have a great day.